we're gonna do some planting today. We prepped a bunch of beds yesterday, so we found places to plant. We're gonna do that. We've got to finish some of our restaurant orders, and I imagine I'm gonna have to come out here soon and pick these zucchinis and patty pans, because that needs to happen almost every day now as the weather gets warmer and these start to produce. So I'm going to be doing that, and it looks as though we're going to have to do some tomato work, some pruning, and some picking. And our microgreen planting is finally done. Mark finished up what needed to be done in the morning here. Mark's out planting and doing a little bit of harvesting. He's getting some kale and beets, and I'm just washing up these carrots here. Got all of our shoots happening here. So last week, I don't know if you guys remember, but I had some fungus problems with my sunflower shoots, and I sprayed a little bit of a it's water, food grade hydrogen peroxide, and vinegar, and it worked really well. Check it out. I don't see any noticeable fungus in here, so that's a good sign. Means it worked. One thing I did though is there's 3 flats that I sprayed, and I sprayed too much on them and it totally toasted them. So you got to be careful with it. Just sort of like a light spraying seems to work, and so I'm happy with those results. Just on my way up to the airport, picking up my good buddy Diego Fooder, and I'm really excited to have him up here. This will be, I believe, the 4th time he's been here to visit. And for those of you who don't know who Diego Fooder is, you should, if you like the stuff that I do, because he does a lot of great content as well. He also was the founder of the Permaculture Voices conference that happened for 3 years in a row down in San Diego. And his podcast, Permaculture Voices podcast, does a ton of content. He also has a weekly show he does with me called The Urban Farmer. And Diego and I are working on a new book together, and so that's kind of the purpose of the trip. We're going to be hashing out ideas for our new book, and I'm not going to talk too much about it yet because not much has been written yet, but we are going to be putting something out in the next year or so, so stay tuned for that. It's hot today too. I normally never drive with air conditioning, but I've got it on today. It says 37 degrees Celsius. That is crazy hot. It's not even July yet, so I think we're in store for a really hot summer this year. And the way we've been working lately has worked out great, because we're doing all of our afternoon work in the shade in covered areas. And we might do siesta shifts at some point soon if we need to, or we might start at 6 a.m. and try to wrap up by 2, or do the siesta shift is what I used to do. On really hot days, you start at like 5:30, you work straight until about noon, and then you take the whole day off and then come back for 2 hours of work in the evening after dinner, which is not ideal, but if you have a lot of stuff to do, it works well, because the nights are long. Like, we don't get dark right now until, well, it's twilight until 10 o'clock, so we can work until 10 and have light. So if we have a big push again, which we might have coming into the summer, we got to get a bunch more lettuce transplants into the ground. We might have to do a few days of siesta shifts. So I'll keep you guys up to date, and you'll see in the vlog if that's what we're doing. But I'm going to keep driving and stop talking, and you'll see Diego soon enough. All right, guys. Well, that's it for the day. I got Diego here. We're just chilling, having some cocktails, and we'll be back at it real early. Diego will be on the field with us. Maybe we'll do some drone shots as well. So we'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.